Impact Radio.
Let's go!
With Sir Blackston and the Masked Hope.
Raw Impact Radio. I am Sir Blackston. He is...
#and still reigning, defending, undisputed Raw Impact Radio champion, the Masked Hope.
What's happening? Hope.
Huh?
Did you just win the tag titles with Cody?
I think I did.
Shit. Oh man, dude. I think that belt is getting the best of you, man.
It is. You know, this guy's heavy, and
it seems to be shifting a lot. Why is it closing itself? What's happening?
It's complicated. You're Raw Impact Radio champion, the Masked Hope.
Yes, he is, and still he whooped my ass too. Like I know last time I said I've never got my ass whooped like that before, but good God, I got one right. One, and that was like the one that everybody was like, why the fuck is that a thing? And that was Cody and Jay winning the tag titles. And then you used your mind games to get me off of the Charlotte pick, to get me off of the Io Sky pick and pick Charlotte. You know, you're like the Undertaker of this thing, okay? Like that's not okay. It's not appropriate.
You gotta do what I gotta do, you know.
What's going on with you, brother?
Oh, another wonderful day in the world of wrestling. So much happened. Got a pay-per-view over the weekend.
Pay-per-view over the weekend. NXT versus AEW, Tuesday Night Wars, all kinds of stuff is going on, man.
Nothing but action.
Nothing but action. So what we'll do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll discuss all of the latest wrestling news. We'll talk about what happened at Payback. We'll talk about some Raw highlights. And Hope is introducing a brand new segment. Keep it locked.
Sir Blackston.
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
The Masked Hope.
I hate when they make these groups and then they lose. How are they going to get over losing?
Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio. It's your the Masked Hope and Raw Impact Radio champion here with your, oh my God, Sir Blackston.
Are you saying that because of the styles? Are you saying that because of the styles, all of this here, the new glasses, the pink do-rag?
You got them styles, man.
Speaking of styles, you'll notice the shirt does say Raw Impact Radio. This is the pink one. This is the one I wore to Extreme Rules, which was exactly a year ago from, yesterday? And today is exactly 1 year removed. We're actually celebrating the #1 birthday here. This is 1 year into the Raw Impact Radio podcast experience. This iteration of it. This is exactly 1 year old today.
They grow up so fast.
They do, man. It's crazy. They're just crawling. So I do want to, we do want to extend thanks to everyone who supported and listened. And, we're only going to grow from here. So we really appreciate all of you.
We do very much. Thank you to everybody that interacts, sends questions and all that. It means a lot to us.
Absolutely. So, bro, tonight, the MLB playoffs are going on right now. AEW is not able to air on Wednesday night, so they have to air tonight instead, which is creating all kinds of shitstorms in the wrestling world. AEW is going head-to-head with NXT and HBK is on one for this damn war with AEW, bro.
I love it.
What the...
I love the drama. I want this. I didn't like that they were head to head when they were going Wednesdays because that messed things up and both ratings were bad. But every once in a while, for them to just go head to head and see where they at, I'm all for it. And WWE pulling out the big guns, got everybody on. They want to make sure they win this.
But all right, so this is where I'm kind of questioning it. Do they need all of that? I mean, this is their native night. This is Tuesday night. They're going to be on anyway, and they have a built-in audience. A lot of folks don't even know that AEW is going to be on tonight.
Exactly.
I feel like NXT would have won this thing with just, you could have brought in Becky and maybe Cody or something like that. Do they need The Undertaker and John Cena and Paul Heyman and all these special, Jade's going to be on the show. Jade is going to be. Do they need all of this just for one little AEW who's struggling in the numbers in terms of what we thought, would be a huge jump with Edge? It really wasn't.
Yeah.
Do we really need all of this to combat AEW?
Not at all. This is equivalent to bringing a tank to a knife fight.
It really is.
They don't need to do this at all. They're going to win. They're gonna win regardless. But I think they want to make it look like they destroyed them. They wanna have like a million more views than AEW has.
Bro,
they want to do real bad.
What if it's only like 100,000 more?
That would be hilarious. That they do all this and it's still just minuscule amount.
What if like I doubt it. Everything would have to go wrong for this. The Rock would have to show up on AEW. Along with he would have to fight Steve Austin in WrestleMania again for this to happen. But what if AEW beat NXT tonight?
That would be a huge bragging point.
Oh my God.
It would be the exact opposite of what WWE want. Because then everybody would be like, wow, they held their own, not on their own night and against the stack card. Like, give all the credit to AEW if that actually happened. Highly unlikely it'll happen, but if it does, they deserve all the credit.
All the credit. Both shows going commercial free for the first half hour. Tony Khan announced that Dynamite will be commercial free for the first half hour. He announced that a little while ago. Obviously, they're having a buy-in. They're having a 30-minute buy-in where Eddie Kingston is going to defend his titles, on YouTube. Like they're really trying to take. They're pulling out all the stops. Both
I
brands.
think AEW has a 10-minute overrun.
10-minute overrun, bro. We say it every week, man. What a time to be a wrestling fan.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be great regardless. I am lucky enough to have 2 TVs in both corners of my living room, so I will have both on each screen. So I'm fine with it.
Now, see, I won't be around. I've got class tonight. I won't be able to watch everything live, which means that after everything happened, I'll hear about it on TikTok before I even see it on TV. But I'm really excited just for the wrestling community for tonight. But does Tony need a no man?
What do you mean by a no man?
You know how Vince had several yes men? Does Tony need a no man?
Yeah.
Does he need someone to take his damn phone?
Yes. I think that's us.
He's doing too much, Tony, with the tweets, man. Just, I don't know, man. I feel like he's in a position where if you're really standing on what you say, your actions, like the things, the results, all of that stuff is going to speak on it. You don't have to go back and forth, especially with like folks on Twitter, dude. They'll drag you to a dark place.
Exactly. It's never going to end, no matter what you do. That's never going to stop. So that's why I don't understand people who engage with negative comments on their videos and stuff like that. Right? There's always going to be someone that don't like you or don't like what you do, regardless of how great it is. So him be a billionaire, like what? Why you have Twitter fingers right now? That don't make any sense.
I remember when this is super old and most people won't care, but when Cat Williams came at Steve Harvey, his response was, "Yo, the moon don't howl at the dog. The dog howls at the moon." How weird would it be if the moon were howling at the dog? You know what I mean? TK, he's at another level. He's at the head of this company. Bro, please, that's where to go. Please just put down your phone. You know what I mean? There's no need for all of that.
Yeah, it's pointless. Like, you're not going to change people's minds over the internet.
Now, with that said, that Least of Misdeeds tweet was quite the comeback and zinger, but we're not going to get into it.
I didn't even see that.
So someone said that, we'd never see Triple H or Vince, coming back at fans like this. This is basically what they were saying. And he was like, Vince coming at fans like this would be the absolute least of his misdeeds. So, you know what I mean? Like he put one out right there. So, I don't know. I'm just saying chill.
It's true.
It was a zinger. Like it was a killer line. Like come on.
Hit him with the factual statements.
Immediately though. Speaking of Triple H and Vince has gotten, like, it sounds like all but 0.01% of the creative control taken away from him in WWE by Endeavor.
Good. Raw was great last night.
It was. Like, it really was.
It was better than usual from top to bottom.
Bro, it's such another level, like not having to worry about, reading the next day, well, they had this plan, but then the script got torn up and things got taken out and this person, that. We saw faces we saw Xia Li, bro. We saw people last night that I forgot were even signed to the company. Like, seriously.
I love Xia Li. Her possibly challenging for the NXT Women's Championship. Love it.
And there's no saying where that could go.
Yeah, there's many places that could go. But I love that Triple H uses more people than Vince does. Vince just uses the same people over and over and over.
Yeah.
So Triple H being in charge, love it.
And even when he does, because we've seen Kofi Kingston and Ivar. This is the third time in about a month that we've seen this match. I feel like it's getting a little long in the tooth, but every time it's a banger. Every time, like I can't really get mad at it.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with that too because it was a really fun match, and it's third time we saw it.
Yeah,
so,
probably don't need to see it again. I feel like the issue has been beaten into the ground. We're good, but great match. But no, I don't want him to fall into that trap. But do you think that this is it? Like, do you think this is really it? Do you think Vince McMahon is really out this time? Because we've been down this road before where Triple H takes over the book and, a year later he finagled his way back into it. I feel like he's a politician. You know what I mean? He's somebody that can get right back in that slot if he wants to.
Yeah, no, this will never be it. Vince McMahon, like, it's never over with Vince.
Never over.
As long as he's still got breath in his lungs, he may come back.
Do you think that some of it, and I don't want to speculate, but I know that there is currently an ongoing investigation. Do you think that investigation plays at all into this decision to give Triple H the full book?
I feel like that was the entire reason. I feel like that was the only reason that only reason everybody believes only reason he sold the company was so that they can't take power from him. And it'll be ironic. It is ironic that the company took power from him because of all the investigations going on with it.
So he got swindled, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why you don't go around, man.
Hey, man. Look, them NDAs ain't no joke. But man,
could have still had it in the family.
He really couldn't. Well, I mean, you know what? I don't know if it's better off now than it was before. Only time will tell. But from what they're doing so far and some of the things that I've heard discussed, it could be really, really awesome. How do you feel about? I know a lot of people were saying that they wanted a women's mid-card title. I don't want a women's mid-card title, just because they have issues booking the titles that they have now, or at least they have up until recently. But they were talking about weight classes, and I think that would be pretty cool. If you've got like a heavyweight women's title where women like Raquel and Nia and Charlotte, you know what I mean, in that area, Jade, those folks are in it. And then you've got maybe a middleweight or a lightweight where you got folks like Asuka, Io Sky, Xia Li, you know what I mean? I feel like that might be a better alternative to a mid-card title, just because, I don't think they would get the mid-card thing right.
Yeah, no, I feel that's a great idea.
Yeah.
One thing I do hate is when tiny women are beating small women. It just don't look realistic.
Right.
Now, it's not to say it's impossible because I knew a guy 5'7" that slapped a 6'5" dude and buckled his knees. So it's not impossible for a small person to.
Well, third graders that have grown like adults, like the fathers of their classmates' asses. So
I do.
So
So a smaller person could beat a big person occasionally, but it just doesn't look realistic when you got tiny people beating up Nia Jax,
Right. It'd be interesting to kick that out if folks would rather see a mid-card women's championship or like weight classes introduced into the women's division.
I'm down for weight classes. You should definitely put that in a poll.
Yeah, let's put up a poll for that one. So, dude, this press conference deal, I guess I'm trying to figure out what division Taylor Swift would end up in when she goes to face off against Io Sky.
Why?
So
I'd rather Cardi B come in.
Bro, we're things are working on the back end, right? And it's not like an easy process to get in that room, right?
Right.
You get in that room. You sit down with this woman who just defeated Charlotte Flair, which is a big fucking deal. She pinned Charlotte Flair to retain her women's championship. And F me, you know what I mean? Out of my championship. You could have asked her, you could have said, how does it feel to screw Sir Blackston out of his championship? Like literally anything. You come with Taylor Swift, bro. Why? Why?
You know why I think they asked that? Apparently Taylor Swift just boosts the women's viewership in the NFL. Huge. Yeah. So they're like, all right, let's try to apply that to wrestling.
This is
it's like she doubled the women's viewership or something, if I remember correctly.
This is where WWE. This is a very old habit of theirs, where they can find something that I can't even say is really cool, but it's something that's like sort of pop culture, and then they can just make you hate it. You know what I mean? Just make you hate it even more. As if folks weren't already down on the fact that Taylor Swift had taken over the NFL's Twitter or whatever. Now it's like, oh man, I gotta get into this now on wrestling. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm not down for it. But hey, if it brings them the numbers they want, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
First of all, they got to pay her to come in. Do they have that money? Do they have that NFL money?
For real, she's dating none of the wrestlers, so I don't see how that's gonna work. Bro, I am so okay on that. And do you really want to see Taylor Swift wrestling anyone?
No.
No one does.
No. Cardi B, however.
Cardi B. Her and Bailey is the one that I keep hearing kicked around.
Well, probably because they both got dump trucks. So.
Well, you know, when you're toting the wagon, you know what? There's no need. There's no need, my friend. Let us move on, because that press conference. That's not the only thing that happened in that press conference. I don't think we ever said what actually happened. A reporter got into the room and asked Io Sky whether or not she would want to face off against Taylor Swift at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. And she brushed it off like, what kind of stupid ass? No. Next question, please.
As she should. Like, bro, you came here for that. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Revoke his press pass.
Honestly, she did it in a very, very, very classy, very diplomatic way. But it was like, dude, that's a stupid question. But that was not the biggest thing to come out of that damn press conference, because what did we land on? Ooslander, the team Ooslander, when they came out with their tag team championships individually, the moment that Jay walked out with them damn tag team titles and kept walking back and forth, I was like, wait a minute. Jay's drunk, isn't he? And then he sat down and he opened his mouth and he just confirmed for me what I already knew. Jay was on one in that damn press conference.
Sauced.
Done.
My dude was sauced.
Done.
Stumbling, couldn't speak.
It was so bad. He's like, hey, Oos, man, what y'all think about that remix? I was like, Jay, you are fucked up, bro. Why are you on the screen? So, what did you think about that? What did you think about that whole thing happening?
Man, I don't feel good about it, because we know his history with DUIs and all that stuff like that. So I'm hoping he had it under control and he had a ride home or Uber or something and didn't get into any situations, but. You know, he needs to handle himself better. I don't think he should be going out there like that.
And I don't want people to misconstrue what. Well, I can't speak for Hope, but I can say for me, because I had some comments that night. I don't want people to think that I'm against having a good time or I'm against celebrating like a huge victory on a major event.
Right.
But it's something else when it's the public face, like when folks are seeing it. You know what I mean? You have a good time after everything is over. I don't know whether or not he knew that he had to be in the press conference, but they did start the night off. You know what I mean? At some point, somebody got to be like, yo, Jay, you know, it's all right to do this, but let's wait until after the press conference. You don't want to go out there like that, because it's funny and all of that. It's funny, haha, but if anything would have happened afterwards, we would have all felt like shit for laughing at it, for real.
Exactly. That was my first thought as soon as I saw him like that. I'm like, bro, I hope he don't drive home. Right?
Yeah.
It's basically his history. Like, if he didn't have that history, I'd just be like, he's having fun. But his history catching DUIs, I'm worried about him.
Now, no, most of the DUIs were Jimmy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, most of the DUIs were Jimmy, and a couple of them were Jimmy with Naomi. But there was one with Jay. I do remember one with Jay. But still, you know, it's just, you know, just protecting him, and, you know, just making sure he's got the right folks in his ear and saying, yo, bro, listen. Okay. Come on.
Wait, let's do this press conference real quick. And
let's do that.
Then we can do it.
And Cody was fucked up too, by the way. Let's not pretend Cody wasn't fucked up. He stared into the camera for like 30 seconds straight after a question. Like, Cody was sauced as well. He handled his liquor. He could handle his liquor.
We had a couple libations before.
Yeah, he was like, we indulged. Libations. That is.
Do you know what that means? Because I looked it up after he said, like, what the hell is a libation?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like basically a drink celebrating
the ancestors.
a deity.
Yeah. For the ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might, I don't know if you've ever seen it where they say like pour one out for the dead homies. That's a libation.
Ah,
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard that phrase.
I've never heard libation before Cody said it.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. It was funny, but I was like, hopefully nothing happens from this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything happened, so we're all good. Just I hope next time they do it after.
Yeah. So listen, man. Edge, bro. Edge. I mean, I thought that it was a really big deal when he made the jump to AEW. I'm sure a lot of folks did. Wrestle Talk was turned on its ear, but it didn't turn into quite the viewership that, maybe AEW was expecting.
I'm surprised it didn't. Because I thought Edge was a pretty big figure.
Yeah. This is huge. I mean, this is the first non-WWE company that this man has worked for in over 25 years.
Yeah.
You gotta, I was expecting like, oh my God, we gotta tune in, what's gonna happen, and it wasn't insane the way they were expecting.
Now how much of this is that how past his prime he is? Like, because people like you and me care because we grew up like watching him and seeing his top moments, but does the younger generation even care? Because CM Punk was later, like after Edge,
right.
So the people who like him are still around, still watching wrestling. Like there's more of a connection now to CM Punk than there would be for Edge.
I agree. I think that's a huge piece of it. I mean, Edge stopped in his prime, 2010, CM Punk, 2014, 2015. There's a 4 or 5 year difference there. You know what I mean? A lot more of those folks are probably still around. The other thing is, man, as exciting as his return was at the Royal Rumble, both times, this run was just, it wasn't what we'd hoped it would be. It was lackluster. He feuded with the Judgment Day for the last year and a half of his time back. You know what I mean? Like it was weird.
Yeah, they pretty much didn't do anything with him. Like we're expecting dream matches and just him to go on a nice run, maybe tease going for the world championship or whatever. But none of that ever happened. It was literally just feuding with the same people all over.
Exact same people. And before it was before the meme was Roman Reigns returns on Friday. It was literally Edge returns this week on Monday. Like he would return every other week. And you're like, at a certain point, it just gets old, especially if he's going to do the same thing when he comes back that he did when he left. So
right.
there was so many missed opportunities with Edge. I still wanted him and Bray.
Yeah. I don't know. How much of that is to blame? Is Vince McMahon? Is blaming Vince McMahon because his run was basically in the middle of the whole power struggle between Triple H and Vince, basically.
Yeah, and the Bloodline storyline, which is has been a complete championship vacuum over WWE.
Yeah.
But one big thing out of it is that we might be able to get a Brood reunion.
Ooh. We definitely could get a Brood reunion. Gangrel is free.
I'm just saying, it's possible.
I'm down. And AEW would do it. They're all for the callback.
Tony's probably on the phone with Gangrel now.
Right? As soon as Edge debuted, like, I know you saw that.
Now, where'd you get that goblet? That's what we need. But, we were talking about, I said it would be cool if Edge could face off against Bray Wyatt. There are reports or rumors that potentially they may continue with the Wyatt 6 storyline as a tribute to Bray with Bo Dallas at the head of the faction. Now, Wyatt 6 was just, it was rumored, during Bray's return. Bray, of course, returned a year and a day ago to WWE. And it's so crazy how things get switched up in 366 days, man. But how would you feel about WWE continuing with this storyline with Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, at the helm?
I'm all for it, man. Bo Dallas deserves a better chance. He was great in NXT. So he never really got his shine on the main roster. And if he could continue his brother's legacy, I assume they already had like a storyline prepared and ready to go. So at minimum, execute that storyline, and then we could try to push forward from there. But I'm all for Bo Dallas taking up his brother's mantle.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, when you're in that headspace, and he's still very young in his time on the earth without his brother, and he's still feeling that. It's still very strong. It has to be. I suffered a loss around the same time, and I'm still feeling, you know what I mean, very strong around, you know what I mean? But I'm really hoping that in addition to that energy or whatever, like he's taking the time out for like his mental health space and not, you know, you don't want to just jump into something just because you want to, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. You don't want to just jump into something to sort of quench this feeling, make sure that you got everything right and then get in the right headspace and then get into that creative role. I'm just hoping that he's taking time for himself.
Yeah, basically don't force it. Go when the time is right for you and not when they're calling for you. If he's not feeling it, then don't go do it. But at the same time, this business is all about opportunities, and if you don't take that opportunity, it might go away.
And I guess the last piece, man, I don't think this is news to anyone, but John Cena pretty much said that, hey, man, when the SAG strike is over, peace out.
Pretty much.
I think
that's what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that anyway. But
was he booked for like 7 weeks solid or something like that? And that was it.
And he's been going strong, and you know, to his credit, he has been working to get other folks over in LA Knight. You know what I mean? Aside from LA Knight, I don't know too much of what he's done to get folks over. Maybe I was a little bit premature in my sentence words there, but yeah, no, definitely LA Knight though. LA Knight will definitely benefit from John Cena's return.
100%.
What do you think about the idea of him and Roman?
John Cena and Roman?
Yeah.
I don't. It's not really something I want to see. I don't think John Cena could go like that. Though he looked great in that match for LA Knight. It was a tag match, but he did work most of the match.
He was in for most of the match, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want to see Cena Roman.
That's one of the things they're kicking around.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Cena LA Knight.
Right. Or Cena Cody.
Cena Cody.
Either one of those would be fine.
Yeah. What do you think of they gave Cody the tag titles so that he could be on both Raw and him and Jay could be on both Raw and SmackDown and interact with Roman again?
Well, I mean, that's one of the advantages of those tag titles, and it's something that, you know, the Judgment Day couldn't really take advantage of because Roman wasn't there at the time. But they did have the interactions with the Bloodline. You know, we got the Bludgement Day for a minute there. Copyright, trademark, you know, don't touch.
Bludgement Day.
The Bludgement Day, I'm here for it. But no, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're going to continue with the story of Cody and Roman, or if you're going to even continue with Jay and Jimmy. By the way, bro, I talked about this on the talk. Jay Uso comes out. He's got like the main event joint. It looks a little bit like this almost. The main event Jay Uso with the SmackDown logo, and he's got like the dope tights and all that stuff, the blue forearm joint, the blue hair. Like, it's so much branding around Jay Uso. And then Jimmy Uso comes out in like a cut-off T-shirt, black, that hangs a little bit low, and some red pants that I probably could have gotten at Modell's if they were still in business. Why is there such a disparity between the creative positioning of Jimmy and Jay?
I feel like they're trying to separate them, trying to make people know who is who. Because I still have trouble telling who is who.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Just when I was talking about who had the DUI earlier, I'm like, oh, that was Jimmy? Okay.
Damn. So Jay has not separated himself.
Yeah.
He's still, which one are you?
Yeah.
Damn.
To me, at least. I don't know if other people feel different, but I still see him as one of the Usos.
Yo, that's harsh. Oh, that hurts.
Bro,
even with
I don't
the different
even know
haircut.
who's married to Naomi.
Jimmy's married to Naomi, although both of their wives are fine as hell, and Solo's, for that matter.
I seen Solo's wife, top notch.
Yeah. Mrs. Roman Reigns ain't all that bad neither. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think I seen it.
Bro, I'm just saying. Let me shut the hell up.
They getting the quality.
Hey. Okay. But yo, yeah. Come on, man. Come on. He's put in work. He's been main event Jey Uso. Plus, he has a completely different hairstyle. He never wears a baseball cap. None of this is registering. This is terrible. This is terrible. Oh my God, that is hilarious. He said, I don't know which one is which.
That's the Uso, and that's the Uso with the hat.
Damn. Wow. I don't even know where to go after that. I forgot what we was talking about. Sheesh.
We said something about Cena.
Yeah. John Cena. We were talking about the whether or not he was getting people, getting people to the next level, and he did with LA Knight. But what else has he done on this run?
I don't feel like a lot. What else has he done? I don't even remember what he's done.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I know he hugged the Rock, but outside of that, I can't think of too much else.
Well, who did they feud with? Like the Miz or something like that?
Did he? I feel like he did.
No, like LA Knight was.
Oh, LA Knight. Yeah, he was feuding with the Miz before that, so he's definitely leveled up. You know, he's in main events. By the way, the visual of LA Knight, John Cena, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes brought back hella nostalgic big babyface team vibes. Like I loved seeing those four. Like you know what I mean? It feels like an old school Survivor Series where you had the baby faces and the heels. You know what I mean? It's not just like sprinkled all Raw talent and all SmackDown talent. Like you felt like these four dudes belong in this feud with Judgment Day with Bludgment Day. Because again, okay, with Bludgment Day, patent pending. Okay, so
that's a good name. I need that on a T-shirt.
Hey, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I got the press. But yeah. I just like that visual, man. I'm excited about that. Do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're doing for Survivor Series?
I was hoping either that or Judgment Day versus Bloodline, because that kind of looked like what it was leading to. They team up and face off. I don't see them doing war games with Cena though.
Yeah,
he can't, especially if the writer's strike is almost over.
So,
by then it'll be pretty much over.
Who would you put in that slot? Do you think that may be why they're sort of waffling with Jimmy, just in case he's got to step away from the bloodline and fill in for Cena? Which I don't think that he'd be like a fill-in for Cena, because it's very difficult to fill those shoes. But I mean, do you think that maybe that's the reason that they haven't completely gone with him in the bloodline, because at some point he's going to get kicked out? So that way, just in case John Cena can't do it because of the SAG deal, Jimmy can come over and team with, the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I do feel like that's a contingency plan. If that's a long way away, so
yeah, and shit, SAG might be over in in a week or so.
Yeah, be over any minute. So they gotta have a backup, right?
So who would your backup be for John Cena? Like, given the way that they've built baby faces now,
I'd put like Sammy or KO.
There you go.
Or Sammy and KO.
Or there you go. I didn't even think about Sammy.
They kind of been on the back burner, especially since losing the titles.
Since winning the title. Shit, like the titles they've meant very little, man. I'm sorry. So maybe it's just me.
No, it's facts. They haven't been treating these titles good at all since and the Usos had them. Since they got them, they just been like props. They're just holding them.
Right.
They weren't really even defending them either.
They really weren't. I mean, of course, they faced off against the Judgment Day every other week, some combination of them and Cody, but and then the injuries. KO got injured, Sammy got, you know what I mean, stuff happened.
They looked like they were going to be fighting champions, and that injuries derailed them.
So, but yeah, man, let's roll into these Fastlane results. And Fastlane kicked off with the first WWE appearance for Jade Cargill. Bro, she wasn't even ready for the ring, but she was in her gear. Like, she was there for it. Like, she just drives around like that.
Yeah, I was expecting her to run in on somebody.
Same. You come in and they made a really big deal out of it, as they should. She's a superstar. I was expecting her to pull up in that damn championship match and get me my title.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No, clearly.
Look,
and you got it upside down, bro. Listen, that title will never be disrespected with me. You're still fighting with this thing like Jey Uso. That title will never be disrespected. Look,
man, if you
got it on your lap like a small child.
My toddler is lighter than this championship. I pick up my toddler with ease.
Just flinging him around. That's hilarious, man. But yo, man, I was very excited to see Jade Cargill on TV. Like, officially, she's there in the building. Just, oh God, just how you like that remix, Oos?
But no, Jade Cargill, I was very excited to see her.
Yeah.
She's great. I wish she ran in on somebody
Same.
to make it more interesting.
So the show kicked off with the tag team title match, man. A lot of people were upset. They were saying now it doesn't make any sense that Cody and Jay would win the titles together. I get it. I understand what they're trying to do, but a lot of people were not feeling it.
I don't understand what they're trying to do. Why? Well, someone, I just said earlier, someone was like, so they can bounce between Raw and SmackDown and interact with Roman. That makes sense, but did you really need titles to do that? Because people just bounce back and forth anyway.
I mean, they were on SmackDown the week before.
Yeah, so it's not really necessary. Other than no, I don't understand why they want.
I think the big thing for me, and I don't have a problem with them being tag team champions. The big thing for me is that this is their first tag team match. Finn and Priest have been teaming since the day after WrestleMania last year. So these guys who just got together for the first time beat out Finn Balor and Damian Priest, who've been teaming together for a year and a half at this point.
Well, their main event stars, Cody and Jay. So it's just like, imagine Stone Cold and The Rock team up against, I don't know, Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly.
Okay.
They'll decimate them,
Bro. All due respect to Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly, R.I.P. Crash. Judgment Day is not Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly. And with all due respect to Cody and Jay, they are not Stone Cold and The Rock. Love them both. They are not Stone Cold and The Rock.
Their main event, man. And speaking of main event, Jey Uso is moving merch, apparently.
Yeah, from what I understand. That's why that singles push is on point.
Exactly. It's like, oh, okay.
Look, I mean, his shirt is dope. His shirt is fire. Like, I can't even hold you.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
you know what? That's probably why they won the title. It's like, oh, you pushing this merch? All right. Hold these titles real quick.
Do you think that eventually he's going to be world champion? It doesn't have to be in the next, before WrestleMania season. Do you think at some point Jey Uso is going to hold the world title?
I kind of don't see it, but you know how I feel. I don't see it because I see them.
Well, you see Jay as Jimmy, so why the hell would you see it?
Exactly. So I can't see it. They're the same person.
It's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. Could you imagine being mistaken for someone else and people constantly asking you if you're that person and you're not? It's fucked up. And then having a confusing name that insinuates that you could be the other person, but you're not. If one person happened to have the word mask in it, but he doesn't wear a mask, and the other guy wears a mask and it's got nothing to do with masks in his name, you know what I mean? It can get kind of confusing.
Can't even imagine it. I cannot fathom it.
You've frozen on one camera and you're like, all right, you're back up. You were frozen on one camera and you're moving on the other one. Oh man. Yeah, you did this. This is all because of you.
Yeah. I definitely contribute to the conspiracy theory that we're the same person.
Yeah, I see. And speaking of, we'll talk about conspiracy theories later on. But no, I actually can see Jay as world champion at some point, especially if the reports are true that kind of after WrestleMania 40, there's going to be less focus on some of the older talent that WWE had or has, and you'll start to see people more departing. Guys like Goldberg is gone, but maybe folks like Brock Lesnar. Let's focus on those folks and really building up that next generation and era in the WWE. I don't see why Jey Uso wouldn't be sort of at the forefront of that. He's only, 37 years old. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got a lot of wrestling in him, and the guy he's super charismatic. He's great in the ring, and I think he's only going to grow and get better. And it's great that they positioned him here with Cody. I think the sky is the limit for him. That's why, just don't let him come out to no damn press conference drunk again.
Yeah, that's not a good. That's not world champion.
Let's protect our future.
Right there.
Protect the bag. You know what I mean? Protect the bag.
Kind of in the same category. What do you think of the fact that AEW is becoming WCW?
I don't subscribe to that at all.
it's they're saying that because they're kind of collecting all of WWE's older talent now, especially with Edge coming over.
I still don't subscribe to that. WCW is a lot different. WCW, because I sat down and I thought about this. Because folks were saying that, with AEW going ahead with NXT, it's like, these things happened all the time. No, the fuck they did not. They didn't happen like this all the time. Like, it's not like WWE had a second brand that they could pull from and just have folks randomly showing up. It's based on who was let go and who came back and all that other stuff. AEW is building. They're still building. They're still a very young company, even with all of their success. They're only, 3 years old, 4 years old?
Yeah,
still a very young company.
Four.
And they're built not around these older guys. They're built around younger guys, MJF. You know what I mean? Like, they're built around their younger talent. The problem with WCW is they were built around Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? And when you hit your wagon to someone who he's been old as long as I've been alive. He's literally, like, I've never looked at, you can look at childhood pictures of Hulk Hogan and be like, yo, this motherfucker was 50 back then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's always been old, but that's who they hitch their wagon to, and that's who they push the most. I don't see that in AEW. I see them pushing a lot of their younger talent. I see them pushing a lot of the overseas talent. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing it the same as WCW. They do sign a lot of older talent, but when you think about it, those folks are in supporting roles with the exception of Christian. Like, everyone else is just, like, supporting someone else, as far as I see. Sting is not, like, the focus of AEW.
You're right. I couldn't have said it better myself. You nailed you hit the hammer, you hit the nail right on the head.
That's right.
It's not close to WCW at all. They were focused on the older talent, but AEW has a nice balance of older, younger talent, and it's more focused on the younger talent. So. Yeah, you nailed it, man.
That's what we do here. You know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll retire now.
Call it a career.
Call it a career. So, bro, just walk me through this. Because I'm a big fan of Carlito, right? And I was very excited to see him come back with shitty music. The music is shitty. I didn't like it. But, bro, why they had to beat Bobby and the Prophets? Why? Are we pulling the trigger on these guys or what? What are we doing, Bobby and the Prophets?
I guess not. I thought they were. I thought they were going to take the titles. I mean, I thought they were going to take the win, but no. Speaking of, have you heard there's reports that Odyssey Jones being considered for the Hurt Business?
I have heard those reports. And I'd be here for it. I'd be excited to see it, but I want him to walk into something that is like, a winning team. You know what I mean? I don't need to see. There's always the notion, I think we talked about it before, that the WWE puts folks together just so that they can break them apart. Why so quickly? Can we at least get some momentum going before we start seeing people lose because of dissension in the ranks or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the point in this storyline for them.
Look, every team should have a solid year being strong before you even tease breaking them up. Like,
right. It's like they're picking up where the Hurt Business left off.
Yeah, what's the point of teaming together if you're just going to start? Because Street Profits were doing good before they got with Bobby. Now all of a sudden they're losing.
The perception is Bobby Lashley is making them trash. Are the Street Profits breaking down Bobby Lashley? You know what I mean? Like, where's it doesn't make any sense. Two successful acts getting together and then failing miserably repeatedly doesn't make any sense.
Not at all. So I don't know what they're doing, but Carlito returning was a big moment.
Loved it.
So I see why they would give him the win. And you kind of got an excuse because he's a surprise, so they couldn't have prepared for him. But still,
I would rather see somebody else in that slot. If that's the case, put somebody else in there instead of Bobby and the Prophets. Have them do something else.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Put the New Day, with I don't know, somebody. I don't know. I wouldn't have put those guys in that position. I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, anybody but them, really.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they did end up losing to the LWO, which is a big win for them. I mean, I'm glad to see the LWO being taken seriously. But bruh. Io retains over Asuka and Charlotte. I thought this was an incredible match.
Oh, it was a banger. Yeah, the one miss spot. Damn, I forgot what happened. what did Asuka like do the mist or something? And,
Oh, the mist. Yeah. Early on in the match, Asuka hits Charlotte with the mist, and at this point,
Yeah.
I'm crapping bricks at this point because I'm like, oh my god, if I go down too, which I ended up doing anyway. Spoiler alert. This is really bad, but it looked like Asuka early on. I'm glad they didn't go that route early on. Although I would love to have seen Asuka taken seriously. Like, what are her title reigns on the main roster? Like, what are they?
not anything to talk about. When she did held the title after what Becky went out when she was pregnant, he didn't even do anything. With
Nothing at all.
It's pretty much a joke.
I wouldn't be opposed to her going back to NXT.
Yeah, especially since they're trying to put a big focus on NXT now. I feel like she would do good work.
Ever go back? Just y'all fucked it up. Like, and I don't even know if she should come back anytime soon. Don't Apollo Cruiser, you know what I mean? Go back and then come back and then, you don't even. Did you remember that Apollo Crews was on the main roster before I said Apollo Crews? There we go. Let's not do that to Asuka.
Yeah, because she's great. It just need to book her right.
And then maybe they've got her off in preparation for Kairi Sane.
Do they though?
You're right. That means they're thinking about her.
Yeah, right. I have no faith in WWE's booking.
But this is one of Triple H's. Like, look at what Triple H did with her in NXT.
Yeah. But did Triple H just take power, or did he already have power? Because I felt like last week Raw was more Vincey than Triple H.
You think so? We got Tommaso Ciampa and Gunther in like the main event.
You're right. You're right. What else happened though? There's some other dumb stuff. I can't remember last week's.
I guess so many 6 hours. If you remember this week and last week, your mental DVR is like occupied with like an additional 6 hours. I can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Who knows, man? I'm hoping they do something with Asuka. I highly doubt it. It looks like maybe Control Alt Delete is all on the same page again. I guess that remains to be seen. They keep putting them together and breaking them up and creating dissension, and so we'll see.
Yeah, Bailey actually worked well with her and helped her win the match. So, well, it looked like they back together and solid again. No more teases, hopefully.
Right.
Of Britain.
Cena and Knight over the Bloodline. No real surprises there. I knew this was a lock.
Yeah, this is pretty much just fan service. Give them a big win in front of a hot crowd.
Where do you think this propels LA Knight?
He's already like superstar level, so hopefully that gets him to the level he gets a title shot. Because I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be in the main event picture right now or having a match with Seth Rollins.
Which do you think he should go after? The world title or the undisputed WWE Universal?
He has no chance against Roman. At least I believe that he might win against Seth.
I don't know, man. He's there every week. He's pushing merch. Is he moving the needle? Is he a needle mover like Roman?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are when he's on screen versus when Roman's on screen. But I don't see it. I don't see Roman ever dropping that championship not at WrestleMania.
So if he don't win it, if Cody or whoever doesn't win it at 40, we got to wait till 41 for him to drop it.
That's what I think. I don't think they're ever going to take it off from one Royal Rumble or any other pay-per-view. It's going to be WrestleMania.
Not a great
possibly
Balls of Fire.
SummerSlam, but I'd say less than a WrestleMania.
So not a Great Balls of Fire or anything like that.
Ooh, Great Balls of Fire. You know what? Never mind.
There we go.
Roman's dropping the title of Great Balls of Fire.
Damn. Sounds so bad now.
It's terrible.
It is, man. It is. And then Rollins and Nakamura, man, what a match. Those two kicked each other's asses. But, there's a lot of complaints about Super Seth now.
Really?
Yeah. Folks are saying how, he just, was able to miraculously get up with a broken back after everything that Shinsuke threw at him. Not just in this match, but he should have still been injured from his last match. But he still just whooped Shinsuke's ass.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Shinsuke would have won, but I know Seth wouldn't have lost. I said this before, 6-month reign at least. I wouldn't believe that he'll lose the titles until like he hit the 6-month mark. Shinsuke should have won though. I love Shinsuke and he's his best work of his career. Whoa, there's a report that Seth Rollins is getting a lot of credit backstage for Shinsuke's career revival. What do you think about that?
I think the production team should probably be in on that too, because the way that they've been doing his promos has been incredible. Love what they've been doing with his promos as of late. And I don't know how much of that is due to Seth's input, but the way that they've done his stuff, if they continue with that, I'd be happy for, the way that they're doing Shinsuke. I'd love to see him with the championship at some point, but I do like what they're doing with his promos. And I don't know how much input on that Seth has had.
Dude, I wouldn't give any credit, not any credit, but there's some credit just for the matches, but proper booking is why Shinsuke is better than he's ever been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he was booked like this when he first came to WWE or to the main roster, he would have already been a superstar.
I think the big thing with Shinsuke is that he never just hit like the victory. You know what I mean? Everybody's got like a signature win, like a signature victory. And I don't know what Shinsuke's signature victory is in WWE. Like, what is that one win that's like, oh man, that Shinsuke was cooking. You can say the Royal Rumble, but look what that turned into. You know what I mean? Like, what is the big signature victory for Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, there is none.
Nah.
Should have been like versus AJ Styles, but they're just going, oh my balls.
I mean, imagine where we would be today if we were talking about a Shinsuke Nakamura that beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? As opposed to one that lost to him repeatedly and then went into a gimmick where he didn't understand English when the commentators would ask him questions. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many different things that we could be seeing out of him as opposed to, I know he's going to lose. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Come on.
Yeah. And what's crazy is they had bangers in Japan.
Yeah.
So when they started teasing that they were going to face off, I'm like, oh my God, y'all don't even know what y'all about to see in WWE. It's going to be crazy. And I was severely disappointed.
That Money in the Bank, when like they set the ladder to the side, like one of them was going to climb up or whatever, and then the other one grabs the other end of the ladder. They set the ladder to the side and they just go at it. That was like one of my all-time favorite Money in the Bank moments ever. But yeah, man, hopefully they do something with him. Shinsuke loses after a Falcon's Arrow. The move was fucking fire, though. A Falcon's Arrow from like the guardrail through like a table. That shit was fire.
I look beautiful, man. That was scary, too.
Let me see if I can find it. There was a fan was upset at the fact that Seth Rollins landed on a sort of a soft, like a pillow or something like that.
Yeah,
or a crash pad, for one of the. I'm like, dude, why do you want? Listen,
you want to expect him to fall on the floor?
Yeah,
the same thing when Chris Jericho fell off the cage onto that pad they had, and they were showing it. Like,
my only issue with that was the way that they shot it. If they would have shot that differently, nobody would have even known, unless you were there in the building.
Yep, and that's an experience with the producers.
Yeah,
but WWE didn't show it. It was fan footage that actually showed him bouncing off the pad and rolling on the floor.
To protect these guys. They don't need to get hurt for us to, really experience and enjoy this match. Just protect them. Shit, it's fine.
Yeah, what's your problem when people get hurt?
He didn't really throw him onto the concrete from 2 stories up. Shut the fuck up. Shit. Anything else from Payback that you want to discuss? Talk about all those Pizza Hut ads?
No.
You want to talk about Xavier Woods slicing pizzas and handing them to Michael Cole and Corey Graves?
They're dipping into the product placement heavily, which I understand. You want to make as much money as possible, but it fell out of place a little bit.
Bro, Woods is getting that. He's getting chicken off of this straight, man. He's in all of them. Woods and Rey Mysterio are like the two.
He's Woods moves merchandise, man. He knows how to sell stuff.
Yeah. I wanted some pizza that night. I'm on a keto.
Right, bro.
And I was like, damn, that joint cutting him up. Yeah.
He opened that up. I'm like, okay.
All right, so let's do this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, bro. We got questions. We got new segments. We got all kinds of shit that we got to hear, bro. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah.
Sir Blackston,
Oh, motherfucking Moss.
the masked hope,
I hate when they make these groups and then they lose. How are they gonna get over losing?
Raw Impact Radio.
Raw Impact Radio, final segment most likely. I am Sir Blackston, and begrudgingly he is.
Hashtag and still. Reigning, defending, undisputed Raw Impact Radio champion, the masked hope.
You know, people are going to start complaining about the number of times that we're playing that during the show. Okay, I feel like we might have to. We're going to have to come up with something else. Yeah, I feel like, just as the hating ass former champion who did not get the job done, I'm a little upset with the amount of times that you keep rubbing that in my face that you're hashtag and still. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got the woman to say it. I'm feeling some type of way.
As you should.
He's like, that's why it's there.
That's the reason I play it 12 times an episode.
No, man. But yeah, no, I am coming for that championship. And we've discussed a number of ways that it may happen, and one of them was 2K. Now listen, I've never played the new 2K. I never played the old 2K. I haven't played 2K since like I think the last version I played was like 2019 or something like that. No, even before that, it was a long ass time ago. But I'm still like I'm no slouch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like mine was like 2019 as well. So I'll still smoke you.
Look,
Brian,
I will create because I have the damn thing up there. I just haven't broken it out yet. Oh man, but no, I'm here for it, dude. And you know what? I might actually set up shop. And I'm gonna get in some training on which one are we playing? Oh, by the way, this is official. No. This is official. This is officially me challenging you to 2K, one of them, at some point. When I learn how to play it, I'm going to have to get a coach. You know what I mean? But once I figure that shit out, and then after I like create myself, and then I got to go through the whole story so that way I could build my talent up and get to 92, which is like my lucky number. But then at that point, dog, it's over. Like I don't want to. This becomes a shiesty at that point. You don't want none of this. You see the abrupt movements. It's going down.
Any place, anytime, anywhere. I want the smoke.
All that confidence.
Must be a chimney because I want the smoke.
Stop. This is you just. That was incredible. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, what I'll do is we should probably land on a version of it. And I'll buy
let me know. I'll
pick
pick it
it
up.
Yeah.
I'll
just cop it from GameStop or something.
Yeah.
But it's on because I've been this has been too long, bro. Where's my?
You need to get your shoulders game up, right? My shit looking jacked right now.
My shit is on like weak. My shit is like soup right now because I haven't done anything with my shoulders. I have no championship belts. I want to fumble with mine like Jey Uso. It gave me something to aspire to. And I can't even do that shit.
One day, kid.
One day, kid. The boyhood dream. You're like, fuck, Charlotte. It ain't about her. It's about me.
You got to finish your story now.
Bro, I'm about to go get these tag team titles. So real quick, bro, we're going to jump into the Q&A. And then I know you've got some things that you want to introduce to the podcast. But first, we're going to jump into the Q&A. Stephen Lally asks, what are your thoughts on the Seth Rollins title reign? Is it good or is it goofy as hell? No bias here.
I don't see it goofy at all. I thought it was pretty good.
I think Seth has consistently been doing like match of the night work on the pay-per-views. His matches are great. They've paired him up with some great folks. I think the storytelling, because of what we've gotten from the bloodline, is, they just don't have anything to compare with that right now. So I guess a lot of people are like, second tier. I guess they're doing the best that they can with it.
Yeah. With the cards they're dealt, they're doing pretty great. And he's been having quality matches with everybody. So I don't think it's goofy at all. I thought he was doing good work.
There's no overarching like nemesis for Seth Rollins. I guess it could be Finn Balor as his nemesis. Or Shinsuke over these past couple months especially.
They've been trying to do that, but I feel like the nemesis has to win, or at least be a threat of winning.
Well, with Roman, nobody wins, and he's got nemesis. He's got like what, Drew and Drew is one of his nemesis. How do you say it?
Nemesis.
But you got Drew. You got Seth. I guess KO has been one of his nemesises, and Cody. You know, is
But
finishing
with
stories.
every one of them, it was an actual threat of them winning, though.
Right. And there's been no threat. I wonder how much of that is due to the fact that Roman has just beaten everybody already. Does it have anything to do with Seth?
Well, no, you get. Seth Reigns is too young. Like I said already, he needs at least a solid 6 months before I believe anybody could actually beat him. Because you don't want to introduce the title and then have it be hot potato immediately.
Right.
So you want him to hold it for a little bit. So
I like that they got him with Drew.
Yeah, I'd like to see him. I hope Drew actually takes the title.
Yeah,
that'll be a perfect timing. He held it for 6 months, made it strong. That give Drew the accolade he needs, so he doesn't leave the company because he wants to be a top star. So Drew should take that.
And even if Drew doesn't take it this first go round, and this is what really sets him on his heel path, I'd be here for that too.
Yep,
and
a
then
nice
he
little
takes
rematch.
Yeah. So that's a good question there from Stephen Lally. Ivan, when do you think Cody will really finish the story? I thought he was already done. I mean, you got those tag team titles. Like, how many undisputed tag team champions have there been? You know what I mean? I feel like Cody's already finished the story. But, I guess people say, oh, yeah, got to go face Roman. All right, fine, whatever.
No, he didn't finish the story.
He just, what book? What chapter?
He finished a chapter.
What did he do? All right, so it was a chapter. All right, fine.
Yeah, he needs to finish the actual story. And the only story is to beat Roman, and that's WrestleMania. No other event but WrestleMania.
Okay, so you have him finishing the story at WrestleMania.
Yeah. If he doesn't, then the story's over. Book's closed.
Let me ask you this. If he beats who beats Roman, does he still finish the story?
Yeah, because it's all about him
getting that championship.
Doesn't matter who holds it.
I think him getting it too early on could be a bad thing.
Too early? It's been a year. It's been going on 2.
Yeah, but what's he done in that year? You know what I mean? What's he done? I think that give him. I'm here for it. I think that he should be, definitely in line. But give him, I still think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit too early for Cody. Given what they did with him after WrestleMania, like the fact that he didn't set the world on fire with regard to their booking or the way they were booking him, I'd say give him something else. Give him something to do, something that he can really sink his teeth into and get buy-in, which he's already got buy-in. The man is crazy over. You know what I mean? But guys like me, you know what I mean? Folks who may not really be there.
I feel like these tag titles are that something else to do.
That's what I'm hoping. So if in the first week of the tag team championship reign, you've already faced off against Sammy and KO, and then the next week you're going to run up against the Judgment Day, are we going through that a little bit quick? Are we running through teams here? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe you'll build up something with Imperium. Let's see.
See what happens.
Like, we're 2 weeks in. You've already faced the two teams that have the most story to do with your reign. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping that they get this thing right.
They won't, but
UA, given the opportunity to rework or push anyone into the main event scene right now, who would you pick from NXT, Raw, and SmackDown? That's a great question.
One from each or just in general?
I'm guessing one from each. What do I mean rework?
I guess change the way they're being booked.
I don't think he's being booked bad, but for NXT, I'd go Mello.
That was the same person I'd pick.
I'm going Mello.
Mello's awesome. He needs to be on the main roster.
Yeah.
Surprised he isn't already.
Who you got for Raw?
Raw Shinsuke. I want Shinsuke.
Damn it, dude. This is going. All right, I'm not going to say Shinsuke, even though my heart may be with Shinsuke, and I will instead go Chad Gable. No. Yeah, no. Chad Gable. Sorry, Apollo.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
Sorry, Apollo. Maybe one of these days we'll get you onto the. I do. I see a tremendous amount of potential in the former Uhaa Nation.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, I don't.
You think he's trash. You think Apollo Crews is trash. Let's just get it out.
Whoa,
You think he's trash.
whoa.
Yo, your fellow bald-headed dude you think is trash. That's a
I don't
damn
think he's
shame.
trash.
You
Apollo,
wait until I find out his contact information. I let him know, hey, man, the Masked Hope thinks you're trash. You just wait.
No.
It's terrible.
He's not trash. His booking has been trash. So yeah.
Oh. Who you got from SmackDown, man?
I don't even know who's on the SmackDown roster. I can't even remember off the top of my head. Who do you got?
We got the same problems. I'm trying to think like who's on SmackDown that I really. You don't like the guy, but I actually like this this Austin Theory kid. I like Austin Theory. I feel like we may be onto something with Austin Theory.
It's funny because I just pulled up the roster and that was the first person I saw, and I was like, you know what? But now I'm gonna change that.
Yeah. He's like, but to what? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That young up and coming John Cena, man.
Oh yeah, you know he's a real ham and egger. That John Cena.
Hang on. There's someone in here. There's someone in here. Solo Sikoa.
That's a great one.
Yeah. Give him a nice little push. Let him.
I'd be here for that.
I don't know why they take the North American Championship off him. Should have kept that for a
Very
little
dumb.
bit.
Now, what would you do with him?
I'd push him to U.S. title first. Let him get some reps in before he tries to challenge Roman.
Hey, man, I think all of those folks are great picks. All three of yours are great picks. So
Well, 3 of mine.
he's like, yeah, but they were all pretty much yours also, sir.
Yeah, we got the same thing. I mean, because we're the same person.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Oh, no, we're not. We're not. Stop. Damn it.
You agree,
You're
man?
randomly agreeing with shit. Don't just agree with stuff. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to?
Yourself.
Talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Me.
right. Dude, calm down on the water.
The fire water.
The fire water. Kendrick Akoff, my guy, who won the Raw Impact Radio Championship Fastlane. Bro, I thought we went way back. You know what I mean? I thought we went way back. We go back like recliners, bro. Why are you playing with me to the point of why you got to be out here teasing me about my loss to the Masked Hope, bro? Is it not
Vanna
clear?
White out here.
Vanna White. Damn shame. Did he even put that in there? I know you loaded these up. Was that a real question? Did he actually ask that? I feel like you just did that just to hurt me a little bit more.
I was super happy to add it in. I was gonna just answer it in the comments.
I was wondering why all of those colors popped up and all the fireworks the second I clicked on it and shit. Like when you send a happy birthday text on an iPhone, I'm like, what the hell is this? How the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
So like coding experience.
Yeah, dude.
Robert Mamiya. Do you think in today's current product, could AEW and WWE do a crossover Invasion 2 event in the near future? I mean, it would be interesting. A lot of egos would have to go to the side.
Yeah, it would never happen.
A lot of egos, and then you've got money and likenesses and who gets what. Like it's not. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible
in wrestling. But
you could
only way
produce.
this will happen. Only way this happen if AEW is sold to TKO or Endeavor.
Yeah, or I mean, if you're Endeavor and the money is just ridiculous for something like this, which I think that it would be. It's ridiculous for something like this. Could you see them saying, but then no, because WWE guys would have to lose in order for it to be interesting. And I don't see either side weakening their main eventers to the point where you've got Roman losing to Kenny Omega or MJF losing to Roman Reigns. Like, I don't see any of that stuff happening.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. So, no, that's the only way I see it is the company gets sold, AEW gets sold, or Tony Khan buys into Endeavor or something.
And in either of those situations is bad for wrestling fans. We saw what happened
Yes.
when WCW got purchased by WWF. It did not end well. And, just the combination of the lack of main event WCW talent with the fact that, Vince, everything had to go over for the WWF. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a good look.
Quality just nosedive so much they had to create a new company.
Yeah. Speaking of creating a new company, we are not creating a new company, but we are creating a new segment. Hope, would you like to explain said new segment?
New segment. I asked some of our wonderful followers on TikTok, name some pro wrestling conspiracy theories that you believe. We got some good answers here, I feel.
All right, so basically, folks will name conspiracy theories. Well, is this a new segment for conspiracy theories, or is this a new segment like where you ask a question?
It's a new segment where I ask a question.
All right.
I don't feel like that there's that much conspiracy theories out there.
There are some conspiracy theories, bro. There is some shit lingering around in the Wrestleverse.
Well, we'll see what happens next week.
Maybe this is the first time that you ask about conspiracy theories, and maybe you ask about it again, a few months later or something like that down the line.
Yeah, that could work out.
I know you love conspiracy theories.
Oh, they're my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
Let me jump in these conspiracy theories. We picked some of the ones that were good, not too controversial, because we ain't trying to get canceled out here.
Yeah.
Or sued.
Correct.
Ultra Tech. He believes that Russo was sent to tank WCW, and also the screw job was a work.
I'm still up in the air about the screw job, bro. I'm still up in the air about it. No, I'm not. I just watched the Bret Hart, the documentary deal. I'm no longer I just replayed it in my mind. I'm no longer up in the air about the screw job being a work. But could you imagine if it were, though?
It would have been the best work in history.
Oh, it would have been great, man. Dude.
He stayed away from the company for X amount of years.
That was the biggest thing. If we had, a lot of the communication tools we have now, Wrestle Talk podcasts and all that stuff, when the fucking screw job happened, nothing like that had happened on such a stage in wrestling ever. That shit would have been that would have been it. Everywhere, dude.
You know what I feel makes people believe it was a conspiracy? The fact that they were filming a documentary around the same time.
See, I was too focused on the message of the documentary as opposed to the fact that there was a documentary.
Yeah. They were filming for something else, just the life of a backstage wrestler.
Hitman Hart. They were doing Hitman Hart.
Oh yeah.
And it was around the whole retirement. It showed him sending off the fax to Vince McMahon, sending his resignation, and the whole conversations between him and Vince. It was highly documented for something at that time because we'd never seen that. We get 24 now, but we'd never seen anything like that.
No, backstage was pretty much a mystery to the average wrestling fan.
It's for real.
Something like that was crazy. So I feel like that fuels the rumors that it was.
I'm back on the wagon, bro. I'm back on the wagon. No, forget it. They sat down, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, Earl Hebner, and Bret Hart. Now, those were the only four that knew about it. Yeah, they planned that shit, allegedly, in my mind.
We'll hear about it when they're really old. It's like, you know what? It's time to reveal it. Screw job was a work.
To the grave, bro. I don't think we're ever going to find out.
Yeah. So whoever's the last to survive is going to spill the beans.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even want to speculate as to who that'll be, but
no.
Yeah, it's, it is one of those things. But as far as Russo, I've heard the same thing about Nash and Hall, that they were sent there to tank WCW.
Yeah. I think Russo is just terrible.
Yeah, I think he just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
He made some very bad decisions.
You know what? I'm on board. He was sent to tank WCW. Vince sent him fired him because he knew he was terrible. He's like, this guy is terrible.
He was sent to tank WCW. He just didn't know that he was sent to tank WCW.
Exactly. This is the plan all along.
Whereas Vince, Shawn, Bret, and Earl sat down for the other one. Vince just had in his mind, he was like, yo, if I let him go, he's going to fuck this whole thing up royally.
So now I believe it. Yeah, he was sent, but he didn't know he was the time
bomb. Oh, he was the butt of that joke. Oh man, damn.
That's great. That is great. Junter Hunter.
What?
Vince Junter Hunter.
Nice. Well done.
Vince never let Taz wrestle because he knew he'd get over.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, Taz was a world champion in ECW.
Taz was a world champion. Do you remember Taz's very first match?
Wow, what was it? Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle in his debut against Kurt Angle in New York. The second dopest debut that I could think of from that time period. The first, obviously, is Chris Jericho. I think he has like the all-time greatest debut. But the debut of Taz was like fire because you kept seeing these logos, the 13 and all of that stuff, all the orange and everything. And Kurt Angle comes out, he cuts this dope-ass promo, and then the 13s pop up. Before anything was said, everybody already knew it was Taz. There were signs saying Taz. Folks were chanting Taz if you listen to like the old Royal Rumble 2000. And there's a part where he goes for like a German, I think, like an overhead German or some kind of suplex that we don't see anymore. So I guess it wasn't a German. But Kurt Angle went for it, and they stopped like midway through, and then he went again. And Taz explains on his podcast that after that moment, folks were like afraid to let him really cut loose.
That's what I heard why he didn't get pushed, because people were scared to take his suplexes because he was too wild with them.
Now, that's how other people impacted it. He also impacted it by, at a certain point, I don't know if you remember, he used to come out with like the singlet or whatever. Then he started coming out with this fucking jumpsuit. And he said, that he wanted to do that because he wanted to switch up. He wanted to rebrand. And I'm like, dude, don't do that because this is how people know you. You're a fucking killer with this singlet. Right. When he came out with the damn joint, it was like, oh, you're everybody else. And at that point, he wasn't as dangerous. Yeah,
you should stick with what everybody know for at least a year.
Yeah,
get especially in a new company, get familiar with everybody. Then you change up your character a little bit, keep it interesting.
It's a shame. I loved Taz. Taz was that guy for me.
Nah, he could have been great.
A lot of people thought he was black. I don't know whether or not you experienced that. Like a lot of people thought that he was black when he was in ECW.
I still think he's black, bro. He's black.
He's not black, dude.
What kind of specialty tan does he got?
I think he's Italian or something like that. He's something like he's not black, and a lot of people thought he was black. Even New Jack's got a whole thing about like there's like a whole shoot interview. He was like, I've known Taz since he was white. I was like, damn. He was like, New Jack. New Jack had no chill, bro.
He's from Red Hook, Brooklyn. My dude. He don't want to claim that.
They don't have white people in Red Hook?
Nah, not that I know. Not that I'm aware of.
He said there are no white people in Red Hook. Fuck you talking about?
All I see is chocolate in Red Hook.
It's Chocolate City. Oh man, that is hilarious. Nah, he's not black, dude.
No, but dude, look black.
Look at Hook. Look at Hook. Does Hook look like he has any? Does Hook look like he's like half black?
Yeah, but Taz's wife is white.
Does Hook look like he's half black?
No comment. I got a half chocolate boy, and you wouldn't be able to know if you didn't know his dad was the Mass Hope.
Touche. There's nothing I can say.
Black comes in all colors. That don't make any sense.
Black comes in all... It does, though.
It does.
It does. Taz ain't one of them, though.
Yeah, he is. He hiding something.
But yeah, no, Taz is one of my all-time favorites.
He's probably my favorite from ECW other than Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, same. It was those two. That was 1 and 1A.
Next conspiracy. Jay Cruz, the original Ultimate Warrior, was not the same person that returned at WrestleMania 8.
So, bro, when he came back with the different colored hair, everybody was saying that. They were saying the original Ultimate Warrior had died and that this new guy had came in. And it didn't not make sense when I was younger. I was like, oh, God, that's what happened. Shit.
Yeah. Well, didn't he like lose muscle and something too?
Yeah, he looked a lot different. Like he didn't look like himself. And even like with the face paint, like everything wasn't the same and consistent with the original Ultimate Warrior. Mm-hmm. Obviously it was the original Ultimate Warrior. It was still Jim Hellwig, just his hair color was different. But Dog, that was the talk. All right, again, I'm very old. I'm a very old man. Okay, I'm a very old man.
They did the same thing with Kane. When Kane came back with a whole different costume, he was out because he got a bicep injury and he lost a lot of muscle mass coming back. So they were saying that's the different Kane, but it was the same guy.
You know what's wild is they legitimately did that storyline with Undertaker, where he got injured by Yokozuna at Royal Rumble, and he came back before SummerSlam, but it was a fake Undertaker. Like it was 911. It was a fake Undertaker, and they had my man out there like the actual Undertaker, and people were buying it. Oh, it's the Undertaker. And then the real Undertaker pulled up, and they were like, "Oh wait, that's the Undertaker."
And see, what helps is back in that time they didn't have all the social media and everything, where people could cut clips like, "No, that wasn't really Undertaker."
Bro,
so that really helped feed this conspiracy.
So many storylines you could not do today because of the way that people just fuck things up on the internet.
Kendrick Akoff, Cody's story is gonna end like his dad's.
Oh damn! Can we talk about Michael Cole? And the disrespectful shit that he said to Cody Rhodes last night. He's basically Christian. Michael Cole was channeling his inner Christian last night. He was like, yeah, he don't give a fuck no more. Yo.
Cody should have hit him with the Cody cutter. he was digging in.
Oh my gosh.
Last night.
He was like, what do you say to people that say that you're just going to fail like your father did at WrestleMania? I was like, damn, what the fuck is Michael Cole on lately, yo?
What, right?
They said you're bitching up to face off against Roman Reigns again, and that you don't want to get your ass whooped again by Roman Reigns. How do you feel about that, Cody? I was like, dude, what are they doing with Michael Cole? Is he like the new heel, like, guy? Should he create a heel stable? Like, what is going on with Michael Cole?
Well, I don't know about all that, but I guess he's going to be the heel announcer now.
But he's not on the air. It's just everything he did with Top Dollar, he's doing with Cody and Seth.
Like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they're trying to get sympathy for Cody. They want you to feel like, oh, why did Michael Cole do that? Cody, are you okay?
Dude, I was hoping that Cody would have we would have had a substitute commentator for the rest of that night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he should have done.
With that being said, no, I don't see it. I think Cody's definitely getting that WWE championship this run. I think the WWE looks at him as he's homegrown. He's homegrown, and he's done something that no one else in that company has ever done, which was leave out and create something so successful that they've got to put him on it to oppose it. You know what I mean? On NXT. Like he's built something very, very, or he's helped to build something very, very strong in AEW. No one's ever done anything like that before. I think Cody finishing his story has a lot to do with WWE finishing their story.
Yeah. Cody changed the face of wrestling.
Yeah.
So he's done something that hasn't been done since WCW. Impact tried to do it, but they had a extremely low budget, and Cody learned from that and got himself a billionaire. Because there were points where Impact could have had Brock Lesnar, and they couldn't afford him.
Yeah. With the right funding, Impact could have been a lot more of a threat to WWE than they actually were. A lot of companies, though.
Yeah.
A lot of companies, it's just, TV deals and all that other shit. But yeah, no, dude, I like this segment. I'm here for this. Oh, wait, did you answer? Do you think he's going to... Hope! He's going to finish the story, Hope.
Well, what's the question again? Cody's story going to end like his dad? Yeah, no. It's not going to end like his dad. He's got to win. Otherwise, the whole point of him going to WWE was pointless.
What if backstage he's giving out the same deal that he did with the AEW title, that he never wants to hold the world title?
That would be stupid because everybody's rooting for you. You're pretty much just putting your own fans on the back burner.
Sympathy for the rest of his career. All the sympathy.
Yeah, the whole Rhodes family is behind you right now. T.O. is out there cheering for you.
T.O., everybody. I didn't know Phil was part of the damn Rhodes family. I had no idea. Everyone. Yeah. Everyone's in the Rhodes family.
That Rhodes family runs deep, bro.
They do. I ain't fucking with them, man. You tried to start something the other day. I'm good. I'm chilling. Well, I'm good. Great. Anything else, man? Anything else you need to discuss this week?
No. You know what? There's one thing I always want to discuss, and that's the fact that I need you listeners to drop us a 5-star on Spotify. It helps to push the podcast, help us make a little bit of change. and even and push us to all the listeners out there that don't know about our podcast. So you drop us a 5-star, even leave us a comment. We'll review it. We'll talk about it on the podcast. We need you out here. We care about you. We want to be better for you.
That's right. And then, sir, do you have any sort of social medias or anything that you'd like to promote? Anything happening? Three Legacies. I mean, I know you're very well inculcated into the wrestling industry, sir. I know
Yes. I am deep in the wrestling industry.
Right.
I'm the Mass Ho. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Feel like I forgot something there. YouTube. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
YouTube. You're up to like
there.
$3,000 right now, I'm sure.
I'm almost
Damn near $3,000.
26.
Fire.
Oh, and of course, you got to check out Three Legacies Wrestling. They got a show coming up October 21st. I'll be there. Super Crazy is the star of the show this night. Of course, we got Ricardo Rodriguez and many other of the great Three Legacies Wrestling people. You got to check that out.
October 20th. That's just 2 weeks away. Huh.
Yeah, that's right there, man.
Fire. Yeah, I got to pull up to one of these Three Legacies joints.
You got to, man. They're good shows. They're
that's what I
some
keep
awesome indie work.
And I am Sir Blackston. You know, ordinarily, I'll come up with some sort of a deep-assed speech deflecting you from joining my social medias, telling you not to follow because so many people have already taken that route, way more than you could possibly imagine. Just about 200 more over the past week. But we're not going to do that. You can do what you want. I'm just going to leave the information here with you. I am at Sir Blackston everywhere. Should you choose to follow me? Great! Should you choose not to? You know, great. It's all on you. It's all up to you.
You should probably follow us.
I'm done. TikTok, you have beaten me down. You have defeated me. All right? You're looking at a broken man here. Okay? I am done. I don't understand your algorithm. However, you can follow me most other places too, including Instagram and YouTube. And of course, you can follow the podcast at RIR Podcast. And that's it. We out. Peace.